Hey guys, this is Ghost Toast, and this is a review of the Marvel Legends 2-pack of Rogue and Pyro. So, I pre-ordered this on Hasbro Pulse the day it came out, and I had to wait till Christmas to get it. And honestly, I've been waiting months to crack this thing open, so I'm gonna just skim through the outside of the box and just try and get in. But honestly, I really don't have to pay much attention because the box isn't much. Basic design. There's some nice side art of Rogue, and on the other side, some side art of Pyro. That is some pretty good side art. On the back, just the same art again. No read up, no nothing. So, yes, we can just crack this open. I'm gonna use a steak knife because that's all I could find in my house. Let's get Pyro. No, let's do Rogue first. Since, well, Rogue is the one I was the least excited for. Alright, so for Rogue's accessories, she comes with 2 open hands. She has 2 fist hands. A smiling happy head, and an angry head. I've seen people make a custom Left 4 Dead Zoe action figure head from this Rogue's head. I think that's pretty cool. So as a little bit of backstory for Rogue, we were supposed to get this kind of Rogue a while ago, a long time ago, like early Hasbro Legends, and we never got it. So it's cool to see that we're actually getting it now. This is one of her older designs, I think the 80s. It's a decent design for Rogue. I was trying to get the Jim Lee style retro Rogue that was coming out, but I could never find it, so, alright, Rogue fell. So, for a little bit of background on Rogue, she is a mutant from the Marvel Universe who basically can steal one's abilities, memories, skills, or intelligence with one touch. And she can also steal your life force away, so she can kill you by touching you. And just beware of that. And she can also fly, and she has super strength and speed. So she's kind of like a Wonder Woman, but not as strong. I'd say the sculpt is pretty nice. I can't tell what the body was used for, but it is a really nice body mold. The paint, excellent. I think the paint was done really well on this. I've seen videos of people getting terrible paint jobs for this, but I'm glad to say that I got a pretty good figure. So the top of the boot is actually sculpted into the leg. So let's see if you can see that there. It's sculpted in, so that's pretty cool. For articulation for her, she can look up a decent amount. Her ponytail doesn't really hinder anything. She can look down. The scarf does hinder stuff, though. She can turn her head side to side and can swivel it. Her arm can go all the way around, up a small amount, and down all the way to her side. Bend at the elbow, swivel at the wrist, and a hinge at the hand. Sorry if my thumbnail's really long, I forgot to cut it. Alright, so her leg can kick forward a decent amount. The skirt does hinder it. And she can't get kicked back at all. She has a swivel at the top of the leg. Double jointed knee. No boot cut, but she does have a bend, or not a bend, but she can move her foot, and amazing ankle pivot. So that's cool. She stands at a decent height. I wish I had more X-Men to stand her up with. I do have the classic Wolverine, like the first appearance Wolverine, although I don't have any X-Men on me right now. But I have Storm behind me waiting for a review, and I am getting Gambit, so I am building up my X-Men. I do have a Beast and an old Cyclops, but yeah. I have like the old ruby armor Cyclops figure from Toy Biz, and it's completely destroyed, so. Alright, now let's go on to Pyro, who's like the main star of this box set. Alright, so for Pyro's accessories, it comes with 2 flame effects. So that's pretty cool. They fit right on his fists, which I'll show in a minute. And then he comes with an extra smiling head. And a more of a smirking head. I think the hair is sculpted and painted well. The mask is sculpted a bit weird. See if I can just get it to focus even a little. It's kind of focusing. All right. So I guess you could count his backpack as an accessory. And for a little bit of background on Pyro, Pyro was a mutant, a part of Magneto's Brotherhood of Evil Mutants, and he was introduced, I think, in the first issue of the Age of Apocalypse storyline, where he was hired to assassinate some politician, I can't remember who. And after that, he kept on appearing in more stories and became pretty popular. He appeared in the 90s X-Men cartoon with the amazing theme that Marvel doesn't own anymore. For Pyro's ability, he can control fire. He cannot create it, though. He cannot create fire, but he can control it, condense it, and enlarge existing fire, which is why he has this big tube on his arm, or tubes on his arms, and the big backpack, because they are flamethrowers, which he uses to, well, create fire. So for the paint on Pyro, it is also done amazingly well. The tubes keep on coming loose. He doesn't come with extra hands or anything like that, but the 2 fire effects and the head makes up for that. The paint is really well. I've only noticed 2 scuffs out of the entire figure. The paint was done really well on this box set. The sculpt, this body mold is from Sunfire. This is the Sunfire body mold, which honestly I think is probably my favorite body mold in all of Marvel Legends. It was great on Spider-Man, it was great on Deadpool, it was great on Iceman. It just really fits. I should have gotten Iceman because, you know, Iceman and Pyro are kind of mortal enemies because, you know, they have exact opposite of powers. So yeah, I think I've done a review on other figures with this body mold, but I still am going to go over articulation. He stands really well, stands at a decent height next to Rogue. And I think he'll fit well with some of my more classic figures that I have, because that's basically all I collect is classic figures. Right, so for articulation for Pyro, he can look... Oh, jeez. Right, his head popped off. So he can look a great amount up and a good amount down. The vest doesn't hinder articulation whatsoever. He has a butterfly joint. His arm can go up. It could go down all the way to his waist. Swivel right here at the bicep. Double jointed elbows. Swivel at the wrist and hinge at the hand, although it's kind of hindered by the flamethrower. There's an ab crunch. Swivel at the waist. You can kick a great amount forward and a decent amount back. Swivel at the leg, double jointed knee, swivel for a boot cut. His foot can go up and down, and an amazing ankle pivot. Alright, just to show off what he looks like with his fire effects going, I'm gonna pose him using his fire. So it seems like you just plug it on the hand like this. Alright, so the flamethrower does hinder the fire from staying on, but if you do it like this, it does not. So that's what it looks like. And I have a recommendation. If you have the Ultimate Rider's Ghost Rider with his motorcycle and you have the flame effects, I figured out how to get the flame effects to work with Pyro without using putty, tack, or glue. Alright, let's see if I can pose them together. Alright. Alright, so there you go. This has been Ghost Host with the Marvel Legends, Pyro and Rogue.